Hi and welcome back to another Bestestimes Reborn YouTube video. I'm your host Brad. It is Wednesday the 22nd of October 2025. The time is 5:45 a.m. Nice and sunny. A little bit overcast in parts. Current temperature, but it'll actually load. Current temperature is 16.6 degrees Celsius. Feels like 17.6. 99% humidity, 0 millimeters of rain since 9 a.m. yesterday. And yeah, it's spring. Later on it'll get hotter and hotter and hotter. Anyway, today's mission that I do choose to accept is trying to see how far I can get just using cycle tracks, bike tracks / walking tracks around town in Innisfail, Queensland, Australia. So going down here, if you know the area, this is Station Street, Gundy Hill. So I'm going to go down here and see how many times or how far I can get just on these sort of cycle / walking pathways just around town, not River Avenue, not Coronation Drive, but just, yeah, so like here, Tramway Street, Kookaburra Close, McGowan Drive, places like that, around Esplanade, all that. See how far we can go. We'll have to cross roads and stuff, but yeah, there'll be spots where I'll have to walk on just normal footpaths and then link up to other pathways. It would be nice if it all just linked all the way around and all good, but it doesn't. So anyway, we'll continue down Station Street as we do. Go left into Tramway Street once we get up there. I started the tracking on my watch just as I pressed record. So when you hear that, that'll be the distance that I've walked during the video this time. Normally it's from home, the distance you're hearing, to the current location. But this time it'll be just while we're recording the video. Then I'll tell you right at the end what we've got, the distance. And that'll probably end up down near the skate park, that sort of place where the paths really stop, or even, depending on how I feel at the time, it might end up over at Dalrymple. But that's not really around town, that's over the other side. Those boxes have been there a fair while, haven't been picked up, but anyway, let's continue along here. Yeah, it's nice and cool this morning, I really like that. Wait till about 8-9 o'clock, it'll be boiling hot. Like I'll be dripping with sweat. It's just the way it works here. See how many overgrown trees we can see that I have to move out of the way for. So it's hard to get past. I mean, it could do with a nice clean. If it was wet, it'd be slippery. Plus you can see all the weeds growing through. The railway yard and the railway station and that to my right. Station Street itself to my left. Nice flowers up here. A lot of birds. They love these flowers. A lot of parrots and that do, apparently. Yeah, I don't know if you could see them flying out when I come along. I'm sure you can hear them. Oh. Just get past this. Yeah, up here looks a little overgrown. Could do with a good trim back. It's nice to have a bit of shade when it's boiling hot just up here, but sometimes it grows too low and you got to duck down to get past it. And if you're on a push bike, you're up higher, of course, so it'll get in the way. There's your railway yard. So it's a bit different to my normal videos. Not as much detail of the surroundings, but you can get a few you get a feel for it and the idea, landmarks and different things that you can see around. Parts that, you know, if you know the area, you'd recognise. Like the old Timothy Seafood / Melinda Milk Factory, straight ahead. Once we get up closer, the camera will auto white balance it. Yeah, there's a lot of sticks and twigs and stuff on the footpath here, which I like to kick off because you're coming along here at night, minimal visibility. You go flying off your bike or scooter or even a mobility scooter, you could have issues. So, but there's the old Timothy Seafood / was Melinda Milk before that. It was probably built for the Melinda Milk, which of course closed down years ago. Probably even in the 90s. But I remember it being open as Melinda Milk. The depot and that. We'll show that as much as we can, of course. Our way past. It's all history. Yeah, it was Timsy Seafood till a couple of years ago. Interesting to look back. You never know when there'll be changes or if there'll be changes. So we're off the bike path now. Yeah, it's not exactly the best, this part here. I passed this other part of Station Street. Remember, McCartney Cabinets is down there. Just past that white vehicle. Yeah, because you couldn't really get across here. If you were riding a bike and trying to stick to the footpath, yeah, it's a little awkward there. Where the house used to be now. Quinn still uses it for their bit of storage and car park and all that location. So I have to walk on the side of the road in this spot. And there's no easy way to get up here onto this part of the footpath. I think the fence should be a little bit further back so people can ride along here safely. Because if you look back, it comes right out and there's those things holding their barricade type fence up. It's not exactly good for ride. I wouldn't ride on this part. I would ride on the road, on the side of the road, of course, safely. There's Castlereagh Street just over there, straight ahead. One that goes across. There's MLC Motors. It's very rare when I walk past to see that actually closed, so being able to show it a bit better is a plus. But this is Castlereagh Street, which comes out at the old Gundy Hill Bakery, which is now TJ's Diner. Yeah, this being parked partially on the footpath doesn't help either. Doesn't make it very safe. Put the window down. Anyway, go along here. Just got to be careful when you go along here. There's often tree branches and things down, so they don't come and clean it very often. Would be nice if they come through once a week, made sure all that stuff was gone. Even with a decent leaf blower would get rid of most of it. Far enough away that it's not going to blow back on. And then pressure wash it every once a month at least would be nice. Keep it all good. Because a lot of people do exercise walk around. When I'm doing my walks, I often see people exercise walking around. Some of them are friendly, some of them are not. Some of them you say, like, they just look at you like, who are you? Who are you to talk to me? There's Ned Maxwell Park. That's been cleaned up since I last come along. That sign was unreadable last time. So, continue along. We go my normal walking pace, not my normal video walking pace. Because usually the video walking pace, I'm trying to show a lot of detail, It's just more about the pathway infrastructure, where I can get to. I don't. This tree here is really nice when it's in bloom. Yeah, really nice. It's the old Frank and Sons, but it's now an accounting service there. So I'll see along here how messy and run down it is. Might be hard to see on camera. Very crunchy underfoot. And there's a lot of lips along here too, tripping hazards. Another thing to be careful of. If you get up to a one of these lines, better off just stepping over it, not on it, in a lot of these places. There's Kookaburra Close to my right. Thanks so much we can show due to people's privacy. There's the old Frank and Sons office, which is now the accountant. Couldn't tell you what accountant, because the sign's so small it's hard to read from over here. If they made it a little bit bigger, I'd be able to read it. Yeah, there's a lot of parrots and stuff apparently, and this tree here too with the flowers. Hey, you can see how I run down the pathway. Pathways get after a while. Wow. So many parrots. I do have to get a few photos for the thumbnail. We'll put on the end of the video different pathways that we see along the way. Palm frond in the way. I'll just kick that out of the way. You got to be careful with. You end up covered in green ants if you do too much. That's the very frustrating part. I'll just come along here. So yeah, to my left is, to my right is Kookaburra Close, to my left is Tramway Street, residential area. So always explore with respect is what I like to say. If you're walking around and if you're recording or just walking around, always respect people's privacy. Always have manners. You know, say hello to people, be nice. See, this here is often overgrown. I have let the council know in the past and they don't do much about it. Makes it a bit bumpy when you're riding along. But there, yeah, it's not exactly the nicest spot. And this is so close to the fence line too, but it was built before the fence was put in, this pathway. It'd be nice if it was half a metre across over here. Not the fence, the pathway itself. So yeah, this is the way I wouldn't recommend at night. It's very dark, no lighting, next door to no lights, so you can't really see that much. If you are going to walk through here, have a torch, a decent torch, so you can see a bit off in the distance. Just scan the area a bit. Out of respect, don't shine it in people's windows and that. But look here, so overgrown. It's not the nicest. In winter, this time of the year, it would have been pitch black walking along here at this hour till about 6, 6:15. Be careful along here. There is often quite a sewage smell. Oh yeah, because they did fix up some sewage along here a while back. They did fix this up once. I complained at one stage on Sepand TTC Explorer, because that was pretty bad. And up further, once in a blue moon, I see little tiny crabs, maybe not much bigger than a 50-cent piece, an Australian 50-cent piece, on the edge here. Yeah, right up against the wall. Yeah, this looks horrible from when I last come along here. It needs regular maintenance for safety. Other storm water drain things are open. I wonder if someone's opened them or they've just naturally happened. Well, we haven't had a huge amount of rain lately, so I doubt it would just be natural. Of course, people have graffitied along here again. It's not the first time I will let Sepand Sent solve no council through that. It's the best thing to do. There's probably more further up. You can see where they covered it up last time. It was pretty bad. Now there's more, of course. There was a lot on the footpath further up too last time. Graffiti and vandalism. Public property. Is it offensive? And that has been sent. See here where they've fixed up where there was a big lip. It was pretty bad before. And just here. Yeah, very overgrown. Doesn't look nice along here. It's not a pleasant walk here at the moment. We'll look back where we just came from, just to see how it is. Yeah. Sorry about the nose running. I did my best. We are out here trying to show the area and preserve history as well. Preserve Innisfail for history, so we can look back 20, 30, 40 years down the track. There's graffiti on the footpath here. I'm not going to show it. It's usually quite bad. You can't see it very much because it's a dark blue on black. But further up there was white at one stage, white spray paint. That's just 4860, that graffiti. But yeah, I don't know why people have to do that, why they think they have the right to do that. Anyway, we'll continue along. There's a laundromat straight up. It's Charles Street. So we'll go around near Kmart and the works department, the council works department, because that's sticking to bike tracks as much as possible. So I was walking past Bamboo Creek to my right, where there's been many crocodile sightings over the years. And I have actually seen one once myself after walking along here since 1990. Quite regularly. I've only ever seen one, but I know people who I take notice of what they say that have said they've seen them as well. So yeah, there's your Bamboo Creek, which goes out to the Johnston River. There's your Innisfail laundromat. Innisfail laundry, as it says, 4:30 a.m. till 10 p.m. when it's open, 7 days. Anyway, let's continue along. We'll come out near the works department and Kmart. There's usually a dog at the end of this. Usually behind the fence, but usually one comes out and barks. Not always. There's Lily Street. Takes you down to a new KFC, BP, Crown Hotel, Woolworths, all that sort of thing. Yes, it'd be nice if this was cleaned off regularly. Just a much nicer experience. It would encourage people to come out and use the tracks more. Sometimes people do hang out in here, so be careful when you come along. Yeah, I've seen camps and stuff there. Just be careful. Always be aware of your surroundings. Won't be eyes darting around looking. Common sense. Don't have to be obsessive, but just common sense. In a lot of places. Like that Loft Park, which we'll see as part of the video. Not going to walk all the way through it because of, there's often people drinking in that there. Hanging out in amongst the trees and things. See some tufts of grass up here, tufts silly word, but that's the word for it. Right here. It's silly they never made that a proper road. Or just gravel to my left. No good when it pours rain. I do a video of walking along here when we've had flooding and that. I come out in the end and where it's completely flooded. And that did say end. Someone's put on the thing there, end of road, go back. No actual road there. But anyway. I think locals just look after this spot. So I've seen random people mowing over here and whippersnipping and cutting down trees and things. Oh, cutting back things, I mean. Maybe there isn't a dog here at the moment, but it's to my left anyway. So you don't get a fright, just be prepared for a dog to come up. Here you can see people have maintained this, and I don't know the council is bothered. There is a bit of sugarcane there, so it seems. Oh. Anyway. So there's Glady Street, there's one here. It's Kmart. Random Kmart trolleys, actually in a trolley bay. You think the Kmart workers or whoever who actually had trolleys would remove them. There's an actual coin in that. I don't know what coin. Oh, there's two like 5-cent pieces or something in there. They're trashed. So they're stuck in there, you'll never be able to get them out. Not easily anyway. So getting a bit of a sunrise to my left. Kmart car park. And then the works department to my right. Council works department. I don't know if they still call it that, but that's what it was called for years, so go by that. Oh! Some weird beetle thing just flew into my hair. It's always great. You go and touch your hair and you end up with gel in it on your fingers. It's always fun. There's the random mirror. It's a newer one because one was broken at one stage. Just going to take a quick photo there. Why not? Bit of a selfie. Well, the lighting's really good too. Now this one's a weird one. It doesn't have a name on it, but when you go on Google Maps or you're ordering something from, say, Domino's or Subway and that, it'll say Clare Street. Yeah, it says Clare Street on Google Maps as well. And these park right over, so it makes it a bit harder when you might be trying to pass somebody that's walking along or riding, and that here, because that comes a fair way across where they park. Better being backed out a little bit. You can see how far across the pathway that comes. It's Kmart, the works department. Little car park. So I've been walking for 24 minutes now, going by the recording. It says 22 minutes by the watch. 1.69 kilometres. Just over 1 kilometre. So Hogan and Associates is getting painted. Got Michael Spry painting signs up there and Cane Cutter Construction. And the old mate here. The old Roscoe's. Original. It was Taste of the Tropics, that building. So now we're on, well, I class this as the Bruce Highway. It's not. Once you get to here, and we'll cross over and go down to McGowan Drive. Check that out, where the town pool is and that. If you're wondering where that is. And this way, take you out to Conservatorium of Music, the cemetery's just over the bridge. From here, further up in Stitch Street, got Reborn Recreational Centre, a few other places out there. And if you keep going straight and don't go around the bend, it'll take you to out to Wangan, Mundu, South Johnson, those sort of places. Anyway, just mosey on along. Don't get across the highway. It's good that you can get into the middle here though. Kmart, Subway, Domino's, McDonald's, BP, KFC, Harvey Norman, St Vincent de Paul, Op Shop, Harvey Norman, all these different places. Ron and Dan's Butchery next to Hungry Jack's, which I highly recommend. It's Hogan and Associates. You can see here where this hasn't been looked after. It'd be nice if they got rid of the pavers, just put in proper cement, concrete and that. It'd be great. It's not walking behind me now, so I can't check back where I just came from like I normally do. You can see how all the grass has grown through. It's all overgrown, doesn't look nice. I know a lot of people do walk along here. There's a chap walking behind me now, and I'm walking along here, and I've seen others. Yeah, there's low-lying fog up in the distance. You can see it above Woolworths. Anyway, we're going to cross over where Loft Park is, so we can stay on the bike track. Very overgrown, of course. They fixed it up at one stage, and it was looking really good. I did a scooter ride video through here, back when the scooter was working. It was awesome, but yeah. They don't continue to maintain. So it ends up trashed. Like this should be up higher. This stuff hangs pretty low here. Yeah, got here. An old trolley over there. Yeah, I wouldn't go through the actual Loft Park itself. Gonna let Snaps and Solve know about the low hanging vegetation, as they call it. Make sure it can be seen properly. I always try to show something close by so they know exactly where this is. This is all well and truly overgrown. Wouldn't go in there. It's nice when they cleaned it up, but now it's just horrible. Alright, let's let this Loft Park, the location, overgrown vegetation. Done. Snap Sent. Yeah, look through there. I personally wouldn't walk through there. But there's Loft Park signage there. There's a Loft Park sign further down. We didn't show because it's out of the way. This is all quite dirty and unlooked after. Do it a good clean. Anyway, let's continue along McGowan Drive. Get your town pool up there where the cars are on my left. Very wide along here, but I don't like to go too close to the trees because you never know what's in there or who's in there. They cut this back every now and then. But I do mention it to them that it's very overgrown. And that. A couple of exercise walkers on the left. They might have just come from the pool. Who knows? But see, they'll go along the pathway that I was talking about before. Near Hogan and Associates, there's the Chowwai Hall, showing for history. Innisfail Memorial Baths. There used to be a mural on there years ago. I remember there being some sort of mural. I'll show you the photos of it. That's from like probably 30 years ago. But yeah, if you're looking for the town pool, there it is there. It's closed in certain seasons for maintenance and that. Seems to need maintenance every year. It's another one of those things that count how many cars go past. I'll get a lot on that. Of course, a spider web coming along here. It's always great. Walking into a spider web. Something you got to be careful of here. Reef sharks play water polo. They must have water polo there now. There you go. Anyway, there's back where we just came from, and those ladies are walking across there where I said, towards the works department. Yeah, this needs to be maintained regularly. You can see all the so many palm fronds. That's the thing with palm trees. If you don't know, yeah, palm fronds galore. I love the tree canopy here. We've got to show it. I know I've shown it many times, but it's so nice. It's actually worth getting a photo of. And the sun going through the trees there. Don't want the gimbal to overheat either. That is a thing that happens here. See, the bike track finishes just up here, pathway. We'll have to go on the skinnier pathway, but you can't just ride across and go on because there's no little lip to get up there. You really have to go across that crossing in Owen Street to do it properly, which we might do just to show how the safer way. There's a little. Well, this is supposed to be for bird watching, what they said originally. I've seen people fishing below there, so be careful if you come along here. Just expect people that might be fishing down there on the rocks and that. I personally wouldn't with crocodiles and that, but I'm not a fishing person, so it's Johnston River. Let's try and get a photo or three of the Johnston River. Across to the Coronation Drive side. So over the other side, where you may have seen my Coronation Drive videos. Don't know why the watch isn't making noise like it normally does, telling me the distances and that. Oh. They've been put on to vibrate. Now the sound's on, we'll get it when it's 3 kilometres, so we'll know. But yeah, the safest way. I know it's a little silly, this spot. They fixed it up. Yeah, there's one bin, a random bin. There's not a huge amount of bins around, so the green ants have taken over that KFC box there. Anyway, you have to dismount, wait and go across. If you're on a push bike, spider web in my hair, never fun. As long as there's no spider. Yeah, there is a bit of a thing here where you can get up. It's good. But to do it safely, yeah, you do have to come along here to get across. Otherwise there's guttering in the way. So this is Owen Street. There's steps, employment training and all that. There's Innisfail Food Emporium, Woolworths, Price Busters, Innisfail Medical Centre, Life Your Way, Rural Medical Imaging, Gorgeous Nails and so on. Over there, so here you have to give way to traffic. So some people stop, some people are really nice and stop, which I appreciate. But you know, they don't have to stop. It's not like a zebra crossing where they're meant to stop. So there's Owen Street towards the taxi rank, Commonwealth Bank and all that, the Mallock Centre, Furniture Part, a couple of random trolleys. I think one of them's seeing better days. Is it a Coles trolley? No, it's a Cornets IGA trolley. A Cornets Super IGA trolley. So there used to be one down near Coles. There used to be 2 of them. I took photos of at one stage. Just going to get a photo of the Cornets IGA, Super IGA on it. So we had a Cornets IGA in the arcade at one stage. But yeah, Cornets IGA. Or Cornets, however you want to say it. People say it differently. But anyway, that's that. Captured that for history. Pedestrians only cross when road is clear, yeah. And here, it's a very dead end. Like, not dead end per se, it's a blind spot. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah, it's a blind spot. So you gotta be careful, someone might be coming along full speed on a bike. People don't ring their bells to let people know they're coming. A lot of the time, sometimes people do. I have had people do that. And it's a bit rough along here too, so best to slow down, just in case if you're not riding on the road. Yeah, it's one of the ways up to the car park. Innisfail Food Emporium. This is a council car park, this part. Somebody coming along, so I'll have to point the camera the other way once I get closer. I don't mind showing people off in the distance, enjoying walking along places and that, but when they get closer, I turn the camera out of respect. Like now, there's Woolworths and that, signage and that for Woolworths. Good morning. Yeah, this used to be a caravan parking spot. There used to be a sign there, but I think it's long gone. It hasn't been looked after. It's all gravelly. It's horrible to ride. I've ridden there when I've had to go out on there. Back in the scooter days. Certainly miss having transport, a scooter or an e-bike, something like that. If a company's watching that would like to sponsor the channel with an e-bike, a decent e-bike that'll do distance. Doesn't have to be the fastest thing in the world, as long as it does distance. See here, you have to hop off a bike or a scooter. Oh, there's a Tesla, electric car. Yeah, because there's just a drop here from the gutter. Yeah, it'd be nice if there was a zebra crossing right here. There's your CWA hall for those interested. Police station's just up here. There's Rankin Street. There's one of the entrances into Woolworths. There's Noodleicious. Yeah, this is pretty steep here. So if you had mobility issues or you're struggling, you'd have to go all the way down here. This is the hard part of this section here. For me, it's fine to step over it, but might be an issue one day for me. Yeah, sort of here. There's still a lip though. So if you had a wheelchair or mobility scooter, it'd be awkward. It'd be very hard. They should have one of those metal bridge things over it. Like up here. Probably about here on both sides. Would be great. Love to see that. Love to see it. There's your CWA Country Women's Association. This used to be the Infant Welfare Centre. Has been a job agency at one stage. And here's your local police station. Oh, there's barricades went here last time. Oh, there was ones further down. Okay, well we're going to go straight and cross over. We're not going over the Jubilee. We've done that thousands of times. So far, we've done 2.54 kilometres. So 2 kilometres 55 now. It's let's have a look at the time. 6:23 a.m. So this is Fitzgerald Esplanade. Let's cross over. Low-lying clouds over Innisfail Estate side, but that is Estate, whatever you want to call it. The proper name's Innisfail Estate. It's the Jubilee Bridge signage. Yeah, way to the Jubilee Bridge. Over to East Innisfail. Yes. Fitzgerald Esplanade. Where the commercial wharf and boat ramp is. Down there, you go down this driveway here if you're driving. Or there's pathways down to there. Go a little bit further up near the Cane Cutter Monument. Then you got Cane Cutter Hotel, which has been closed down for a long time. It's a Cane Cutter Tavern for years. There's down to the commercial wharf and the boat ramp. Just give you a quick look. My mate gave me a nod. Don't know who it is, but gave me a nod. I appreciate that. This is a bit hard if you've got mobility issues. Even not in the wet, it's horrible. It's very very slippery. The tiles aren't exactly stable. So show the Cane Kind of Monument. Morning. So the out of respect for those people walking past. Good to see it running. It just needs to be cleaned regularly. Just cut a court through there. 4KZ, cool FM. But yeah, this year, often the pathers are they move when you walk on them sometimes. Very dangerous. Used to be really nice flowers and plants and things along here, but they removed them, sadly. Now you can go straight ahead. You want to stick to this path, or you can go down along the riverfront, which we might go down the riverfront because all the fog and that. I mean, I'm starting to sweat, but you know, that's just me. I am like that. Wish I wasn't, but yeah, one of those people that just sweats for the sake of it. So we can go down here. It's still a pathway, so we can show all the fog and the mist further down. Beautiful day so far. Hopefully it stays beautiful. We've got a picturesque South Johnstone River, this part. Yeah, you flat out see it under the bridge. Like you can see the pylons down there at the Geraldton Bridge, but this wasn't the best spot to go. Let's go back down here so we don't have to step down on anything for safety. Okay, they fixed a lot of the things along here before Riverfest. It's one thing we haven't got to show yet, so it's one thing I want to show. I don't want to get photos of the fog under the bridge and above the bridge. Yeah, flat out seeing past the bridge up here. Don't know how well it'll show up on this camera, but you can see where they've put in new bricks and pavers and things along here. It's just so much nicer where the colour is. Do it a good clean, but other than that, let's try and get the fog. Yeah, wow. Hopefully that shows up on the phone camera. Zoomed in. There's a lady walking along here, so won't show her out of respect, but yeah, look here where they've added the extra pavers and bricks and things. It was so much nicer to come down here during Riverfest and not see it all trashed. It'd be nice if before events they come along and clean things, but they don't. So, good morning. Beautiful day. So you look across there and you got Fitzgerald Esplanade. This is all part of Fitzgerald Esplanade and that. Oh no, look good for a while there, and then look at these. There's one's missing when I said something to that lady too. It's back here. I'm starting to be a little bit happy with all this being done, but no. Well, maybe they were fixed up and people trashed it since. Who knows? Maybe it's just wear and tear. Don't know whether anyone's wrecked this themselves or it's just how it is. If there's no one on that little jetty wharf thing up here, then I'll go in there and get some photos towards the thing. But I think these people might be going, no, they're coming down this way. I better get some video. I'll zoom in on the camera. I have to stop the recording, zoom in, then start the recording again. That's how this camera works to get the better quality. Otherwise it just zooms with really low quality. But it's beautiful down here. All the fog and everything down here. Fog, get it. Apart from these fishing trawlers don't look as nice, but you know, part of industry here. Let's move out of their way. There's the Imperial Tavern over there, the impy. I'm sure people still call it that in the Catholic Church. Good morning. Let's see how well we can show all this fog. Right. It might lose a little bit of picture quality, but we can get an idea of what it looks like. Fog's starting to clear though. It's the way fog seems to work here. The closer you get to it, the more it seems like it's clearing. But I can get some photos anyway. Sorry, the camera likes to drift. I try my best to avoid that, but it does it when I'm trying to do photos. It'll drift. But anyway, you can sort of see it there where it's all foggy and the mist and that's coming off the water. It's the best I can show. Zoom back out so we don't lose any resolution. You can see here where it's all trashed still, sadly. Yeah, it's worse. So I didn't come down this far for River Pass, so I didn't get to see how it was. How bad it was down here. Looks so run down. Oh, it costs money for the council to do it, but I don't know. It should be a priority, like safety wise. If someone was standing on their own and some of these bricks fell off, they could go in the water. Not that people should be standing on there, but people do, especially children. So, yeah. But anyway, we'll walk up here. Can't cut a construction. There's works down there. Oh, this is a lot more further down than when I last come along here. Wow. I'll get a photo as well. The veranda / patio thing. There was talk of a cafe here. When this first properly sold up after being vacant for years, it was a daycare centre. There's an airplane coming. See how low it is. Might better show it. 6:32 a.m. 3 kilometres. 42 minutes. Well, must have been a truck or something. Anyway, only what we can do. But anyway, let's go up here, and we'll go right past Rain and Horn and Innisfail Seafood. Head down towards the skate park and all that. There's the fire station across there. Old Art Deco building. Yeah, Rain and Horn just there. And then Innisfail Seafood where the chappie's standing outside. That lady. Check the other way, out of respect. Oh. Try not to show and walk across in front of you. There's not much you can do. Curry prawns and rice, $10. I don't know if that's a good price or not. I don't have that stuff. What's on the other side? Cooked mixed prawns, $24 a kilo. Okay, so we're still on quite a wide bike path. I like that. / walking track. Be nice if it had a line down the middle. One side for bikes, one side for walking. But that's okay. As people use etiquette and respect. Ring their bell when they get up behind somebody. They get close. Oh, I've reached my target on my watch. So we're not that far from the hospital and the skate park. Herb Layout Park up here. Show the signage if we go up that far. We may not. I may go just before it to stay on the track, so we don't backtrack. Hopefully the editing software allows us to be one video. Often it doesn't, and it'll make me separate the video into part 1, part 2. Due to memory and that. Is there still a bin up here? So let people know where there's bins. Used to be one back there. Yeah, there's still one here. But the public toilets are. They do clean these toilets a lot more than they used to. They're a lot better than they used to be. Same guy that was down McGowan Drive as before. Well, there's the public toilets and the bin. A little bit of a climbing thing there. Which doesn't get cleaned enough, I wouldn't use it. Oh, we can shut the Herb Lake Park sign and then backtrack just that little bit. It's alright. And there's a Fitzgerald Park signage. Rotary Club. Got Herb Lake Park here. It's like Norm across the road. Yeah, Herb Lake Park. And then the skate park. Yeah, it's Norm. Yeah, well, there you go. Very snifter weather, type of weather at the moment. From there. Check the other way for these people. Right. That's Alice Street. Big one there. Oh, we'll go down here. Just going to backtrack on the opposite side of the road that we were before. We'll go up here. Still a pathway. And then we'll finish when this pathway finishes. Someone exercising at the skate park. Yeah. Hospital to my left. The oral health services, the dental part of the hospital, just here. This brown brick building. One 300 850. Phone number they got in there. Yeah, dental pathology. So, to my right's the way over to Dalrymple, Esplanade, Geraldton Bridge, Innisfail State College, Baptist Church, all that, and the way to Flying Fish Point, coconuts first and flying fish. The newer part of the hospital to my left. Another play water polo sign over there. To start of the way up to the Geraldton Bridge. We've shown the Geraldton Bridge numerous occasions. There's a bit of a pathway here, so we might just walk on that down towards the tennis courts, and that might be a way to do it. No traffic, unusually. Usually a fair bit of traffic on here. Later in the day, that is. Morning. You get a lot of people jogging and exercise walking and doing running and whatever else. Walking dogs, and haven't seen someone walking a dog yet so far today, but you usually do. But anyway, there's tables and chairs down there. I made the mistake of thinking I was allowed to sit down there at one stage. One lady from the hospital was really nice to me. She come across to have a smoko and that, and another lady was really nasty. Oh, how long are you going to be sitting here for? And I only just sat down to have a rest after doing a 20k walk, a 20-kilometre walk, that is. And yeah, she wasn't that nice. One lady was a different time. I did it twice. I was just so trashed. And another lady was like, oh, do you smoke? I'm like, nah. She goes, you mind if I smoke here? And I was like, not really. And she said, oh, yeah, that's all right. I'll go smoke down further. She was really nice. I like that when they got a bit more respect. This is a pedestrian / bike part of the thing here. It should have signage or painted on the pathway. And then we'll go across to here. I think we might finish near the Central State School, because we're running out of where it will allow the distance. I mean, the editing software will allow. There's your tennis courts, rowing club direction, dance academy down there, Cullinane, all that. It's a one-way street. Let's go across here. Yeah, this is horrible to walk on now. Ever since they did up it, well, it's been horrible for a while, but ever since they did up this area, apparently did it up, they had all the machinery in that here. Yeah, all the machinery was sitting on here, and it's just trashed. And I know school children walk along here. That's the thing. It's not good. There's your tennis courts. They do pickleball there. No, that's a trendy thing that a lot of people have gotten into because of the because it's trendy. Well, they might genuinely like it, but it is something that's very trendy. So people hop on the bandwagon, as they say. So yeah, there was a big dip here too, and this does flood this part when there's big lots of rain. I don't know now they've done the drainage. It may not, but I don't know. It's a dead end there. Used to go all the way through to Owen Street. But anyway, that's that. That's where we have to stop because bike paths and all that finished. This is Central School here. This is Rankin Street. That'll head back into town. So I'll walk up there, but not in this video. Anyway, thanks for watching. This is Best of Times, keeping memories alive for us future generations to see. That was 51 minutes and 24 seconds, 3.71 kilometers, 5,455 steps, and it's 6:42 a.m. is the finish time. Check out old new Innisfail photos on Facebook. Feel free to put your own photos on. Keep it all G-rated. Nothing rude. No alcohol references, no drug references, or anything like that. And we'll catch you in the next one. If you have any suggestions within the town area that I can easily walk to, let me know in the comments, or let me know on old new Innisfail photos on Facebook what you'd like to see. We'll do it if we can. Stay safe, stay cool, and we'll catch you in the next one.